You're welcome to Africa World Newsroom. This is Bear It All. Can we know you?
My name is Patrick Maphoso. I'm an advocate on behalf of immigrants in Ireland. I've been doing this since 2002. I worked with trade unions such as SIPTU and Transport and General Workers Union. I was also an independent candidate in Dublin North Inner City in 2009 local elections. And I have a couple of awards under my belt, including the chieftaincy title by Ohaneze Island, which is Agune Chamber. That's my title.
Thank you very much. Mr. Maphoso, Patrick, you're South African, aren't you?
Yes, I am South African.
And you've seen the world is aggrieved. The world is grieving, particularly South Africa, on the death of Madiba Nelson Mandela. How would you say, was your reaction when you heard about his death?
First of all, I'll say shock, but we were expecting it to happen. It's just that when it happens, it's a different matter, but we were expecting it to happen. We knew Madiba has aged, and of course, it will happen at some stage, but when it happens, it's a different matter. It was a shock, although it was expected. As you know yourself, and the world knows, that Madiba has been ill for a while, since June this year. He's been in and out of hospital. So we knew that at some stage it will go for the worst. But expected, but shocking as it happens.
So unfortunate, but we thank God for a life well spent. And if you see all throughout this period, the world has been mourning his death. He was buried yesterday. It looks like Mandela is a saint. Was he really a saint? Was Mandela no longer the freedom fighter we used to hear when we were kids?
You see, it's quite amazing that the guy that used to be labeled a terrorist, and some people, even some of the VIPs that were there, some people used to even advocate that he should actually be hanged. He was treated like a terrorist. But it's amazing that now he tends to be a saint. But he said himself that he's not a saint. He's just as human as everybody else. But now it's quite incredible that it's like a saint now. Meanwhile, he was just human as everyone else. But that shows that the world has changed. A guy who used to be a terrorist at one stage today is treated like a saint. But however, Madiba has done his job, has unified South Africa. I mean, if it wasn't for him, not only him actually, but the leadership of not particularly the ANC only, but other organizations, because you have to know the struggle comes from far, and it's not only one particular party that has actually contributed to the struggle. We have the likes of Desmond Tutu, who was very vocal through the UDF and other organizations that contributed immensely to our struggle. But Madiba in particular did a lot, for us, and we are very happy to have had Madiba, and we're very proud to have him as a South African, especially his leadership and guidance towards reconciliation. So I would say that Madiba did his job. It's up to us now to carry the cans and move forward.
Excellent, Mr. Maphoso. And as a South African, you will be giving us a first-hand information of who Madiba truly is. The world celebrates him, but to ordinary South Africans, I know they value him a lot for his role, but are there South Africans who still feel there are things Madiba was supposed to have done that he didn't do?
Yeah, at the moment, there are still a lot of outstanding issues, particularly when it comes to the land, service delivery. We have those issues, but obviously changes were not going to happen overnight. The apartheid legacy was there for more than 50 years, and before that was colonialism. So changes were not going to happen overnight. But really, we're supposed to be somewhere today. We're supposed to have done things a little bit faster than we are today. The economy still belongs to the few.
And if I may cut in here, sorry for that is abroad. What will you say? How will the picture of a post-Mandela era be in South Africa? This is a question I've been in the minds of many, but I wouldn't say, or should I say, they don't want to ask it. How will South Africa be after Mandela?
But South Africans themselves as a nation are very resilient, and I think we will move forward as South Africans, but some of the things will need to change anyway. We're going to have to make sure that changes happens quite quicker than they were.
Some of the things, what about the land issue? It's like everybody's running away from this issue. This question of land issue is begging, it needs to be answered. Many South Africans feel Zuma is not decisive on the action. Or what do you think the government is going to do? Some say the death of Mandela can bring a new South Africa. How possible is that?
Yeah, but unfortunately, I can't speak on behalf of the government because I don't know what they're up to at the moment. But what I can say is we need accelerated change. We need change to be accelerated.
How do you want the government to act to bring this accelerated change you are talking about?
Obviously, we're going to have to, the government will have to come to a certain amicable agreement with whoever owns the land. South Africa has got arable land. They have to make sure that they engage with whoever owns the land and make sure that people get the land. I don't know how they're going to do it, but there are other political parties that are actually advocating on that. There's new political parties that are formed, and also the
Mr. Maphoso, sorry to cut you in here. You are a leader of South Africans in Ireland. As a leader of South Africans, the ordinary South Africans, there are people who are still talking about the land issue. There are unheard voices that need to be heard. What are the solutions you are proffering for the solution of this South African land issue?
You see, I'm just an ordinary person, of course. They're expecting me to come up with some opinions or what I think, but I cannot bring any solution because I'm not in a position of power now. So if South Africans really want change and they want me to be part of that, South Africans have to make sure that I'm part of the change, and they have to make sure that they vote for me then. If that's the case, then I will be able to bring about the change they need if they want me to be part of it. But at the moment, I'm not part of the government, so I've got very little say. But, I think my personal opinion is I think more has to be done to make sure that land goes to ordinary South Africans. This issue has been outstanding for a long time. So
you want to tell us that until the South Africans vote you into power, there won't be any change. That you have the solution, but you need to be put in power. Is that what you are telling us?
Not really. I'm not saying that. I'm not even obviously I have to actively participate in the political forums in South Africa. Because it's very difficult to speak about issues in South Africa when you are abroad. You need to be in South Africa to be part of that change. So what I can say is, let me get home and let me be part of the change, and then we'll be able to see what's happening. At the moment, I'm not speaking to anybody about participating for any particular party, but let me be at home, be part of the change, and then when I criticize or say anything, I mustn't be doing it from abroad, because the perception in South Africa is South Africans are mourning from abroad. So, they won't even listen to you, from abroad. So I need to be home so that I can say what's happening when I'm at home. The same like in Ireland here. I'm very critical of the government. Everybody knows my standpoints on racism and activities, whatever I do. Advocate on behalf of migrant workers. I do it here in Ireland. I don't go to South Africa and say things about Ireland. I say them when I'm here. So let me say this issue and other things, straight away when I'm in South Africa, straight in the ears and the eyes of South Africans. So now, it's not that I'm not criticizing. Everybody knows that there are outstanding issues that need to be sorted out. But it's up to the government to step up the pace and accelerate change.
Okay, Mr. Maphoso. And finally, what do you want to say about the current government? Do you think they are not doing enough to sort the issue of land in South Africa?
All I can say is they need to accelerate change when it comes to land, because it has proven that the willing buyer, willing seller policy, the willing buyer, willing seller policy hasn't helped, because only few land has been distributed so far. I think it's about 14%. I'm not sure about the statistics yet, but I know very few cases of land distribution have been sorted. There's still a lot of, according to experts in this field, it will take approximately 100 years for the target to be reached of land redistribution. So we don't want that to happen. We want that to be sorted. We want that to be sorted out in our lifetime faster. That will be better.
Okay, I think we'll continue talking about this in subsequent editions of this Bear It All. You've been with Mr. Patrick Maphoso, a political activist from South Africa, based in Dublin, Republic of Ireland. Mr. Maphoso, we thank you for coming to our program.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and have a good night. Thank you.